Hi and welcome to this reading. Today's reading is a collective reading. A couple of things have happened over the last 24 hours and they've all kind of combined into this message. So, first of all, I got this rune. I spilled a whole heap of things on the top of my tarot desk last night, and when I was cleaning up this morning, this rune popped out. So I'm going to look into the messages in and behind this rune. It's the sun rune. Now it's the early afternoon here, but it's actually quite dark. There's a big storm rolling in, and that has relevance to something that happened this morning. I put my online grocery order in, and when you get final confirmation of your order, it gives you a price, and obviously you pay with your card and they send you a delivery time. But oftentimes what happens is some of the things that you're looking for or some of the things that you've purchased aren't actually on the shelf, or they're not there in the weights that you want them. And so the price of your grocery bill gets adjusted. And so my grocery bill, I got a notification to say that my grocery bill had been adjusted by, I think, $2.56. And the new amount was $222.22. Now, 222 as an angel number is balance and harmony. And I couldn't quite make out what it meant until it kind of went dark this afternoon. The winds are whipping up. There's a big storm rolling in. What this message is confirmation to you that you have got yourself into balance and harmony. You can weather any storm that is coming towards you. Let me just double check that I have hit the record button. You can weather any storm that is coming towards you. You have got yourself into internal balance and harmony. Now let's have a look at this sun rune. Number 16, which adds up to a 7th, Sawillo. Alternative names: Sujil, Sol, Sigil, Sulu, Sil, Suhil, and Sigo, meaning the sun or the solar wheel. It aligns with the juniper tree, chamomile, and mistletoe. Eagles, lions, the constellation Leo, the sun, Sunday, the color yellow, and the element of fire. It means success, vitality, good fortune, the higher self, the spiritual will, enlightenment, divine blessing. Symbolizes consciousness, vitality, fertility, the life force, the will, and the desire to be. And if that's where you are, that's really, really beautiful. In balance. So internally in balance, that 222 number, internally in balance, which means that externally, whatever storm comes your way, you can weather it. Weathering the storm. Okay, let me get a card for you. Boundaries. You've got your boundaries up. Once you've actually done the internal work, you become quite protective of the work that you've done. And part of that work is putting boundaries up. Putting boundaries up to things that don't align with you anymore, things that are toxic to you, or to your mental health, to your mental well-being. Boundaries. Number 4, travel and mental illness. Alamia. Boundaries up. I want to say too here that you might have people around you who trauma dump. That's what came through with that card. Mental illness. And you might appear to be, you know, you've weathered your own storm. You've created internal balance, internal harmony. The last thing you want is for somebody else's storm to come and dump a big rain cloud on you. And that's trauma dumping. When somebody comes along, tells you all the horrible things that have happened to them, and you sit there quietly and listen, then they walk away and they feel great because they've got it off their chest. But for you, you then have to process all the trauma that they dumped. Boundaries. If you haven't already, and that resonates with you, then this message is about putting up boundaries and not feeling guilty about doing it. Okay, let's get one of these. The King of Wands. Somebody talking to you. And the Eight of Pentacles on the bottom. All the hard work that you've put in, not to have it torn down by somebody who takes advantage. The other thing is too, as you get to peace and balance within, you then become a magnet for people who are out of balance. And this is the wheel. So out of balance people can knock the balance off your wheel. Travel, the journey that you are on, the spiritual journey that you are on. Okay, we've got travel there. Let's do from my travel deck. What else do we need to know? Brandenburg Gate. My deck is upside down. Let's get 2 cards. That's in Prague. I just heard your roots. You are solid and stable and harmonious because of the internal work that you've done, the roots that you've planted. If you think about a storm coming in, a storm is not going to blow over a big tree that's roots are really, really well embedded in the ground. But as I said before, somebody who's not stable is going to cling to the trunk of that tree. That's a mosaic in a little church in Athens. And the church, and it always it's come out so many times the last couple of weeks. The church is a single person church. It's like a chapel, actually. Single person chapel. When that card came out, what I heard was somebody thinks that you are their salvation. Meaning that they want to bypass doing the work and just talk to you about it. This is somebody who... Is this a reading about somebody around you? This is about somebody who's trying to piggyback your spiritual journey. That's what I'm picking up on. They want to hold on to the trunk because you're anchored, you're solid, you're strong. They want to sit on the branch in the storm. Somebody that doesn't want to do the work. And we've got 2 people here. You know, one, this is a parental energy and this is a child. One person being the salvation, the protection for the other. Interesting. And we got a dam. That's in Bath. Hold back the river. Hold back the river, let me look in your eyes. Who sings that song? Holy water, holy water. I heard divine calling. Do you have a divine calling? A divine calling, which is beautiful, but is also double-edged. Because the people that, what I want to say is the people that you are meant to help can also pull you under. You know what? That's why that song came through. I keep getting a song. It's called Brick, and it's by Ben Folds 5. I think they might be an Australian band. I don't know. But I'll put it in the description. But the song, she's a brick and she's drowning me slowly. So somebody wanting to tie themselves to you and pull you down into their well of pain because they're not willing to do the work. And that, I want to say, is Salzburg, the sound of music. The hills are alive with the sound of music. Interesting. Interesting reading. Okay, let's use this deck. The energy around you. So what we know here is that you have got yourself into balance, into alignment, into harmony. And that there is a storm around you, and it could be in the form of just things going on in your life, but it could be a person or people. Yeah, we've got 6 of Cups. So something from your past. The 6 of Cups is about the past. The Sun in Scorpio. You're the sun for somebody who's trying to avoid going through a painful ending of their own, and they're weathering the storm through you, is what I want to say. They're trying to use you as a shield. And maybe they've done it before, because that's a past energy. Maybe they've done it before and you haven't had your boundaries up, but this time you have. The Ace of Pentacles. This is you in the 3D. The Ace of Pentacles is a slow-moving ace. It's about somebody who's put in a lot of time, work and effort to get themselves to the point where they are now. It's about somebody who has been diligent and hardworking to get themselves to that point. And you should be proud of that. But again, I'm just getting this energy of somebody wanting to take advantage of that. You come across as the light in somebody else's dark. The Queen of Pentacles, single, independent, free. This is you. This is your soul energy. This is about the work that you've done independently, internally on yourself, which is now reflecting in the 3D, because Pentacles are 3D energy. So something that you've done yourself. This might be somebody who, it could be work related. I even think about in school, in art class in school, when we had to do group work, and all of a sudden all of these people would want to be in my group because they knew that I drew well and that I drew fast. And so it would mean that an assignment that we had to do would be done quickly and they wouldn't have to expend much effort or energy. This is leech. This is leech mentality. And because we've got it in your soul, and this is, you're not the leech, they're the leech. Because we've got it in your soul and we've got the boundaries card, it is about protecting that, protecting what you've built. This little solitary chapel, protecting what you've built, protecting the roots that you've dug deep down with this Ace of Pentacles underneath. I just heard, because the light attracts the dark. Okay, the message for the man upstairs. The Three of Wands. If you need to move away, that's the Sun in Aries. If you need to move away to protect yourself, because boundaries isn't just saying no more. It is actually removing yourself. The outcome. Page of Swords. So in the original drawing of the tarot, the Page of Swords is this guy, and he's got his sword up to his shoulder and he's on guard. He's aware of what's going on around him, and he's just taking stock of the good things, but also being wary of any obstacles, being wary of anything that can cause him harm. Now, if this is new energy for you, if you have just built yourself up, if you have just got yourself to a position where you are solid and stable and internally aligned, that 222 number, you may have people coming at you who have never come at you before, because you are now shining brightly. And you might take it as, wow, this person wants to get to know me, or this person seems like a nice person, they want to be my friend. But this is about protecting what you've built. And you can be nice and you can be kind and you can be generous, but you also need to keep those boundaries up. The Hermit. And if you're not sure, go within. It's protecting the hard work that you've done. Did you see that? The candle just went out. Somebody wants to steal your light. Let me see if I can. Somebody wants to steal, somebody wants to piggyback, somebody wants to steal something that you've worked hard to build. It's real greasy energy. Okay, let's get one of these. Anything else we can know? Let's have a look at this Six of Cups. Anything else we can know? That's a jug. Markings on the outside of a glass jug. It's an anchor. Somebody, that song. Somebody from your past wants to put an anchor around your neck and pull you down to wherever they are, because they don't have either the patience, the time, or the wherewithal to do the spiritual work that you've done. You need to be careful of whoever this person is. The Ace of Pentacles. The bottom of the bowl. Again, another glass. But can you see? It's like stabs. It's just the pattern in the glass. What did I see today? In my feed it came up on Instagram. It was a reel on Instagram and it was talking about a sunflower. Now a sunflower isn't a single sunflower, it is. The whole bit in the middle, I thought it was seeds, but it's not. It's like thousands and thousands and thousands of tiny little flowers within. And then the big petals that go around the outside are all individual flowers themselves. Sunflower follows the sun. You're the sun. Let's see what else comes out. Oh, look, we've got the other side of the bowl. There's illusion in it. This is 3D energy. There's illusion in it. You just got to be very, very careful with these people that are around you at the moment. It's really... This bowl at Christmas time used to have stone fruit in it, like apricots and plums and stuff like that. And if you didn't eat them quickly enough, the ones at the bottom spoiled. But you couldn't see it. The Queen of Pentacles. That's my grandfather's dressing gown. This is my, what I call my Gwen deck. All of the tarot decks that I use on my channel are my own illustrations. And this particular deck is a collection of images that remind me of my grandmother. But this was my grandfather's dressing gown. Dressing gown is emotional. This is emotional manipulation here. Coming to you in some form of emotional capacity, pulling on your heartstrings, wrapping you up in love. But the reality is they want to smother you. They want to steal, drag you down. Okay, the Three of Wands. This is walk away. Why have I got Nemo, the prayer for peace? Through the demands. The 7th of April, 1975. Number 30. Paul the 6th. Is it look away, look away. Look away, walk away, run. As I just keep hearing run. You need to be walking in the other direction. And again, grant me much courage to accomplish. And the outcome. You just need to be very, very guarded. And a teacup. Let me just sit for a minute because I want to, there's messages here and I feel like I need to go a little bit deeper. This here, as I said, the sword, looking at both sides, being on guard. We've got two sides here, two sides, two different views of the bowl, two different prayer cards, an anchor that's dragging you down, and a big hug. That's emotional manipulation. What is going on here? Yeah, look at that. Hermit mode. Get off the grid, hermit mode. Now, if you can hear the tippy tappy, that is Apollo. An impenetrable energy. Playfulness. Somebody gonna come at you with a, oh, it's okay. Because they're looking for something and they're looking for an in. To tap into your energy, impenetrable energy. They They want to milk you. They want to milk you dry. I'm just looking at this rune again. Also known as sigil in Old English and soul in Old Norse. This rune is the sun rune. The sun is a principal focus of worship in all traditional religions, and even in Christianity, Jesus is closely linked to the sun as the light of God. The sun is the heavenly body on which all life depends. Somebody's depending on you. It is, as such, a symbol of the light of creation itself. In Germanic mythology, everything is born from the melting ice cap, which further emphasizes the action of the sun. Sewillow later became known as Sigrun, the victory rune, perhaps in commemoration of its victory over the primordial ice, which is this is you. This is this 222 energy, harmony and balance. Although considered by most traditions as a symbol of the active masculine principle, amongst the Germanic peoples, the sun was originally considered feminine, a balance between feminine and masculine. These gender attributes are retained in modern German, but the solar god of Nordic pantheon came to be Christ-like Baldur, the innocent god of love, light, and beauty. The sun symbolizes consciousness, vitality, fertility, the life force, the will, the desire to be. Plants that correspond to Sewillow include mistletoe, a dart, which killed Baldur, and chamomile, which is calm and peace, known by the Norse people as Baldur's brow. Its flower being a yellow solar disc with an aura of bright white petals. There we go. This bowl was yellow and white, a yellow solar disc. Its meanings: success, vitality, good fortune, popularity. Esoteric meanings: the higher self, the spiritual will, enlightenment, and divine blessing, but reversed: blindness and gullibility. So maybe this is a final part of your test. The final part of your test is, are you able to keep your boundaries up to those people who will come in and manipulate you because of where you've gotten yourself spiritually? Let's get a Mother Mary card. I just saw the Strength card. You've got to have the strength. I don't normally take that many, but I'm going to take them because they came out, and when they come out for a reason. Okay, so the Virgin, purity and innocence. This is a new phase of your life where you are pure. You have taken your internal energy back to a state of purity, of harmony, of balance. The Virgin, this is the pomegranate. Pomegranates have 613 seeds. That number might be relevant. Purity and innocence. Then we have the pear, fruit of her womb. So we've got this new beginning energy, Virgin, something that you have birthed, a new state of being that you have birthed within yourself that you need to protect. The Feast of Our Lady of the Rosary, October 7th. That's actually my birthday. Feast of Our Lady of the Rosary. So something sacred. The Rosary is sacred. A sacred connection with Mother Mary energy, which is divine feminine energy. And if we look at divine feminine and divine masculine energy, and if you've got yourself into balance, it means that you have balanced your divine feminine and divine masculine. So divine feminine is wisdom and divine masculine is action. And you've got a balance of that. And then we've got the Holy Grail, vessel of love. You have created the Holy Grail within yourself. And now you have to protect it. If you think of like the Knights Templars, they were protecting the Holy Grail. You have to be almost like a Knights Templar to yourself, protecting the Holy Grail that you have created within yourself from, I just heard vultures, from the vultures around you. Okay, I'm gonna get one from this deck. Painted eggs. Easter. Okay, we've got a feather. And we've got a feather and a key. That's that key there. Nice. Happiness. And beads. Peace on the bottom. What this gives me here is a weighing. You know, in old Egyptian culture, when somebody passed away, the judgment of whether they had lived a good life or not was based on the weight of their heart. And so it would be removed from their body, and if it weighed less than a feather, then they would proceed to the afterlife. But if somebody is pulling on your heartstrings and trying to weigh you down because you've got your boundaries low, then even though you've got a good heart, your heart is going to be weighted down. What's important right now is your happiness, your internal happiness, and protecting that. Okay, I'm just going to get you 3 final cards, and then I'm going to leave this reading. Your peace. And look, this little bird here, he's being weighted down. He's on a thread. Anything else? The Queen of Pentacles. This is that soul energy. This is you in your soul, protecting what you've built, protecting your sovereignty. The Two of Cups, that's that balance between divine masculine and divine feminine energy. And you can hear my dogs walking around and shaking. And King of Wands. Stay in your King of Wands energy. This is what you've built for yourself. The 10 of Cups. Spiritual freedom, spiritual enlightenment. This beautiful 222 number. Protect it because it's precious. That's where I'm going to leave you. All the best on this journey. All the best on creating boundaries. Don't feel guilty for creating boundaries. If this reading resonated with you, please give it a like. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Thanks again for joining me, and I will see you in another reading.